It's a challenge to be the best, particularly in food service and any other thing for that matter. We just want to be the best.
How much money is TJ going to spend on barbecue when it goes to done? That's kind of like the joke.
You grow the business in these four walls. You can buy all the ads you can have, but if you sit down today for lunch and there's no Texas Pete on the table, if there's no Heinz on the table, if there's no this on the table, you've had a bad experience. It's all about the experience that we have tomorrow with your family. If it's not good, we got a problem.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Barndo Show. Today is a really special episode for me because we get to go back to one of my staples as a child and one of my favorite places on the earth, Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. And I got Mr. Lew Starling here with us, so just take a minute to tell everybody kind of what you do and a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for having us, and thank you for spending the time to be with us today. I'm Lew Starling. I'm president of the company. I live in Clinton, North Carolina. We have 39 stores in North Carolina. I'm the father of a 10-year-old and 12-year-old, and I could eat barbecue 19 times a day and then also have it for a snack. So it's been my privilege and pleasure to serve as president of this company for 9 or 10 years, and we're growing and continuing to grow. We are the leader and will continue to be the leader. And we're innovating each and every day. And our focus is customer service, customer service, customer service, and customer service. And our tagline is, we just want to be the best.
I love
that. We
just
just want to be the best. So it's a challenge to be the best, particularly in food service and any other thing for that matter, because you have, in all businesses, you have turnover, you have it's just the type of business is turnover. We have people that have been with us 35, 40 years. We have people that have been with us a week. But the value should still be the same. Customer's always right. Always right. And we strive every day to be sure that this company is dependable. We want you to ride by and see it open. We open every day but Thanksgiving and Christmas. And there's something to be said for a dependable business. Mm-hmm. You don't have to ride by and say, we're closed for this, we're closed for that. And we strive during storms to be open. We want our people to be safe, our customers to be safe, but it's very important to be open because we want our firefighters and our police officers and first responders and other people that have to go to work to have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
So at our new state-of-the-art stores, we have, was down in Newport, we have a massive generator system. So electricity goes off, we're still operating. So
that's awesome. Well, let me ask you this. So in a leadership role in a company like this that's been around forever, and I think that ties into that dependability and consistency, right? What are some of the things that you take to heart with your leadership team and the different people in the organization all the way down to build something that lasts?
Well, I think that what we try to do is we try to work from the ground up, not from the top down. I don't dare tell an employee here what to do or not do because I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
I do know my best indicator of what's going on in these stores all across the business is we have a very active comment line, I should call it, that goes to my pocket. Everybody that goes in every store that has a comment goes to my pocket. And we'll address it in 15 minutes, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And so you'll know we listen to our customers. We don't tell our customers what's right. They tell us what's right. So we can think we're doing a wonderful job sitting in some office somewhere else. But that's not who is our boss. The boss is the person that is working 40, 50 hours a week to make their family work. And this is a treat for them. It's a treat for anybody. very expensive. All food's expensive. And to have quality is going to be, and have state-of-the-art buildings like we build, legacy buildings that last for hundreds of years. So really, we listen to our customers. Not so much, we don't tell them, we let them tell us. So I probably had already this morning 7 comments from last night. And it was, I really like the shrimp. Will you think about adding this? Will you think about adding that? Or I was in one restaurant and this happens. I didn't get as many hush puppies as I want. We have a lady that does, a gentleman that does nothing but that works on that. They'll call them by 9:30 and say, we'll make it right.
Wow.
We'll make it right. And then we have some to say, that didn't taste right. I want you to check into it. And customers are always right. We'll drill down into it.
Well, that's awesome because, like, I think that ties into the culture that you built, right? Like, if it's funny you say, "Hey, we want to be the best," because that's what we started with. We were like, "Hey, we don't care." I mean, we've become very quickly one of the largest barndominium builders in the country, but our emphasis is on being the best, and we take feedback all the time and try to work it into our conversations of, hey, if this happened and this was the experience, what I tell my team all the time is disappointment's the gap between expectation and experience. And so if the experience doesn't align with the expectation, we need to do a better job figuring out how we can make those two things match up. But to be at 39 locations, still scaling, still growing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And to have a hotline that goes straight into you and your team to be able to.
Every single day, because that's where the rubber hits the road. And I will know if you get a complaint, there's a cold French fry over the weekend, that's not a problem. I mean, we deal with it, and I always respond. We always respond and say, we're very sorry, give us another chance, we'll make it right. And I left them in my car, but I'll get a stack of those gift cards, and we mail them to everybody, and we'll make it right. If you get a bad meal, we're going to make it right because we want you to come back. And whatever it is, we're going to drill into it. We take every complaint serious. When I go into stores and I go in from time to time, I never go announced. There's 1,000 employees and a total of 1,500 maybe with the franchise company. I don't identify myself. The first place I go to the bathrooms. If they're clean, we got a good morning.
Right.
If they're not clean, we got a bad day. So my children that are 10 and 12, both little girls, we travel around to do whatever. First place we stop, Smithfield, to get something to eat, and the first place they go is in the bathrooms. They say, Daddy, they're clean or they're not clean. If they're not clean, it's not good. They're normally clean.
Right.
But that's where we start. We want everybody to be able to stop by these stores and know that this is going to be a clean family environment, that it is dependable, period. And if it's not dependable, that's a problem. You said that you were having an event for a family member this weekend, and we want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
We want it to be perfect because we want your guests to be happy. We want you to be happy because you're paying a lot of money. But more so than that, we want the people that are there saying, where did you get this? Wow, we want to go.
Yeah.
We want to go. So you can spend all the money you want to on advertising, and that's all necessary. You can spend all the money you want to on advertising and everything else, but if you don't have a good product, you're just wasting time.
100%. You want to create raving fans.
Yeah, you want to have fans. Yeah. So I'm looking at these windows as I sit here now. They're pristine. They're perfect.
And what's wild, you said legacy buildings. I've been coming to this restaurant since I was a child.
Sure.
And sitting in this same restaurant eating this fantastic food, and it's always been the same. And we were joking before we got on here. I live in the upstate of South Carolina, and they don't know good barbecue. So all of my close friends that have traveled with me up to Dunn or out to Topsail, we'll stop in Wilmington. And I'll say, let me change your life real quick with a barbecue sandwich. And all of my buddies, when we put this Barndo location here in Dunn, that's kind of like the jokes. Like, well, how much money is TJ going to spend on barbecue when it goes to Dunn? And all of them, they schedule meetings around the opportunity to get to Smithfields to eat. So we love it. But, I think that attention to detail is it's kind of ingrained in who you are, right? Like, and your company starts looking like who's leading it. And that's where where you can identify good leadership or poor leadership. And like for me, there's always a balance there. We've grown exceptionally fast. We went from just two guys in a pickup truck in late 2021 to today. We're hovering around 70, 80 employees. And
Wow.
we're in 3 states. We're launching the 4th state and moving into Georgia. And, we've got 6 different locations and trying to keep the main thing. What do you do? Because I know what I try to do with my team. And you said really well from the bottom up, because the people that are in the field, the people that are interacting with the clients, the people that are running the equipment, they know what's working and what's not working. They know where we're losing time and how, if there was an issue, they're the ones that know what happened. But as you talk to your team, what are you doing inside of this business to remind people who we are more so than what we do?
Well, you grow the business in these 4 walls. You can buy all the ads you want. You can have, but if you sit down today for lunch and there's no Texas Pete on the table, incidentally, this comes out of Winston-Salem. If there's no Heinz on the table, if there's no this on the table, you've had a bad experience. So everything, you build it within the 4 walls of the facility. That's what we want to say to them. It's really nothing to do with advertising. It's all good. I don't mean advertising. We do tons of advertising, but we want we want to tell our people whether this store succeeds or this store fails. It's nothing that I do in my nice office in Cary support center, or what you want to call it. It's nothing to do with what I do. It's what the people that's eating the barbecue sandwich at 9:30 at night.
Right.
The last day when the employees are tired, a 9:45. They have to have as good of an experience as the ones that'll be here today, because I'm certain they're on their toes today. So it's all within the 4 walls. These stores are built within the 4 walls, and they're maintained within the 4 walls. And if you notice, when we go back to rebuild, we come back to the same location because our customers know where we are. So we bulldozed this building. I think we were back up in 120 days, maybe 120, wow. Something like that, 115. We have a wonderful relationship with our good friends over at Jackson Builders in Goldsboro. They built a bunch of buildings for us. Our good friends at TA Lovin has built a building for us, and we're have got some that we're tweaking a little bit, the bathrooms and other things. But, we could give out 10 franchises today should we want to, but they won't work, because if you don't have people in the walls that are committed to open the stores each and every day. And I think one of the greatest tributes, I'm happen to be the face of the company. The company was designed by and owned by Mr. Moore, a wonderful, wonderful person. And his son, Junior, actually runs day to day. So I said to myself, I really don't know what I am. I consider myself overhead, worthless overhead. I deal with the banks and deal with the face of the company and things of that nature. But it's all about the experience that we have tomorrow with your family.
Yeah.
If it's not good, we got a problem. If it's not good, we're going to make it right. We're going to make it right. And we're going to make mistakes. And you're going to get a bad meal from time to time, but we will make it right. And I tell our people all the time, the customer's right. They're telling us what the problem is. So if I look at my sales sheet every day at 4 o'clock and I look and there's a problem in a store and I've got 13 complaints on there, I got a problem.
100%.
I've got a problem. And it's not, they can't tell me the problem is, well, sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes you can have traffic issues where the road is blocked, or I'll get an email saying water's out in a certain town or whatever. We have to close. Nothing to do with us, but,
Right.
Certain excuses. But to say, well, we're not doing well because somebody else opened a restaurant 10 miles away. That's not the point.
Right.
If you're doing your job in this restaurant, behind these 4 walls, you're making customers happy, they'll come back and they'll bring their friends. So our story is very simple. is all about customer service. It's all about building it one on one on one on one. We could flood this building with coupons. You could flood it with TV. You could flood it with all that. None of that's good if you don't have the people behind the counter. We cook fresh every day, every store fresh every day.
Well, I know one of the secrets to barbecue is low and slow, and that's just one of those details matter
Yeah.
aspects. And so for us, I think there's more to running a barbecue empire and a Barndo empire in common than people might think.
It's the same thing.
It's right.
It's the same thing.
I joke with my team all the time and say, hey man, if it wasn't Barndo's and we'd have got into muffin making, we would have been one of the greatest muffin makers because of the attention to detail. Because details matter in our and that low, slow pour period of time to do things fresh and do things the right way and cook that the right way. Same thing in ours. We take people on a journey. They've got a dream. They come in and we walk them all the way through design, all the way through selections. We pay attention to all these details before we ever get to the point of construction. And we kind of changed the philosophy with residential building with the way we do that. We take a little longer than other builders in the beginning, but in hopes that, hey, when we start, we have no costly, crazy things that happen to people. Because I've seen so many people get taken advantage or taken to the cleaners because – a lot of times there's a gap between the client expectations and the builder's expectations, and they're on two different teams almost. And we try to consolidate down and be, hey, we want to be your advocates all the way through this process. And hopefully we do such a good job during that first 90 days. You elect to do business with us. Our philosophy is choose us, don't just use us. Let us earn that business in that discovery phase and get all the little information and all the details on paper so you know exactly what to expect. But that goes into that details. Like when you walk into this store, you're like having the pedestal thing right there. You feel like you're walking in home, right? Mm-hmm. When you get food here, I think that's a tremendous piece of the success is this feels like home.
That's what it's supposed to feel like.
The Barndo Show is sponsored by the Barndo Co. Are you ready to reclaim your American dream? If so, head over to thebarndoco.com, click the contact form, and reach out to one of our representatives so we can get your dream started today.
Mr. Moore, our founder and chairman, who is my dear, dear friend and a genius, he designed the sinks in each one, and that's from the older days of when farmers would wash their hands, But as it worked out during the COVID, we looked like a genius.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I went around and I said, I'm taking credit for it. I tell everybody, I said, I take credit for the good and the bad. We blame somebody else. But that's worked out perfect.
Yes.
Because for the safety. And so we never missed a day during COVID. Never missed a day. Our drive-throughs picked up. We did it. We worked through it. So, who would have ever dreamed that I'd be running a company through a pandemic?
Yeah.
That was not a fun day. A fun day when you get that call, but you do it, and we continue to thrive. But we run this just like you run your home. I can assure you, when you get home tomorrow, something has happened that you're not expecting. Washing machines knocked off, this, that. If these air conditioners knock off, we'll have mobile units in here in 45 minutes. It's about the customers. Because there's nothing any worse than an undependable or independent. That's not, my language is not very good. A restaurant is not dependable. You ride by the restaurant, it's closed.
Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah. It's consistency.
We take things very serious. I was so proud of Junius that runs the company. I wish he was here today. He's traveling with the company today. But he works around the clock with the company, just eats, sleeps, and breathes it, the operation side of it. And the last big storm we had, I can't remember, in the spring, in the big storm, every store was open safely. Every store got open safely. And for no other reason to say, we're here. And I tell you who appreciated it. Number one, the employees appreciated somewhere to go to work that day. Number two, our banks appreciated that we, cared enough about our business to come forward. But more so than that, the customers appreciate it because no matter if you have a storm or you don't have a storm, the hospitals are open.
Mm-hmm.
The rescue squads are open. Duke Power is out putting power out. And families have to go to work. I mean, there are people that don't have to go to work and can work virtual, but by and large, people have to go to work and have to have somewhere to eat.
Yep.
So during the pandemic, when we were in such dire straits, just with government regulations and this and that, we trimmed our menus down a little bit, just to say get a box lunch of this or that, to make it work. But it's all about the customer, and the customer's always right. And no matter what a manager tells, if, I call and say, what's going on with that store? And they said, well, the manager says that, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, the manager's not listening to the customer. The customer's telling him something because that store's not doing what it should do.
Well, it goes back to an emphasis on community.
Absolutely.
For us, our mission at Barndo is to build communities with people that share our values. And we're pretty selective with customers. We know that we have a certain demographic of people or a certain avatar that's going to come and do business with us. And we want to be about what we're about. And we want to find people who care about those same things. And, part of that community impact is through giving, right? And we give. It is a staple into our business. It is the one thing that has become so much of a glue in the community, because when we move into a community, the first thing we do before we ever pay the first bill to buy the first piece of anything to build our building is we find someone in the community we can partner with and give. And so we come into a city with giving, and when we stay and we give the whole time we're there. And it's fun because that's something we all work towards. It's not something that I do. It was my idea in the beginning, but now it's something that we do inside of the walls of our business. Is everything that we're working towards, at the end of the day, we all gave equally to the outcome to be in a position to give to whatever that is. And we serve a multitude of different things now that we're so spread out. But I know that's something that's really, aligned with Smithfield's too.
We give and give and give, and we want to give in the community. We don't want to say we'll give. Don't get me wrong; they do a wonderful job. We don't want to say we give to the Red Cross, we give to the Heart Association.
Right.
That's a little too far removed for us.
Yep.
We want to give to the local charity here. We want to give to the ball teams. I can't tell you how many ball teams we have, and church events and rescue events, EMS events, and first responders, and whatever the event comes up, we want to take a big role in that. We have an active role at the Masonic Orphanage in Oxford. I'm on the board there. In fact, I'm missing a meeting this morning to be with you. But we want to be in that community where our customers live, and we want to know what's going on in that community, and we want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of that rescue day, fire day, police day. And if there's any way possible we can help, we help. And when I've done grand openings, and I've done a lot of them, for redos and remodels, we say we want to be a part of this community. So you call us. Here's a number. We have a lady that does nothing but helps with this. And we're doing a baptismal on Sunday, I think. I just was working out. So all these are very, very important. We do weddings. We do all kind of things. So that's what we like to do. And I think we work from the ground up. I go to some groundbreakings or some events of other restaurants, and they say, they bring in somebody and he says, well, I'll be happy to give to the National Police Fund or whatever, write a check or whatever. That's good. That's great, but it's not where we need to be. We want to support the Dunn Police Department here.
Yeah.
The rescue squad, the fire department. We have a great relationship with Campbell University. We want to be where our customers are so that they identify with us.
That's it. It's building bridges into the community because, the business depends on it.
Absolutely.
But the community depends on us to be focused and aware that, moving into an area, I mean, picking a place, we're always in a rural area. We're never
Sure.
in the heart of a bigger city because that's not where our clients live. But putting Dunn on the map, now this is like second home. But a
Right.
lot of our people in my leadership team and my co-owner and the even other business owners that say, how in the world did y'all end up in Dunn? And I'm like, man, Dunn's a fantastic area. It's at the intersection of this and this. But the best part for me was coming here and realizing this is where we're coming, going and sitting down with the local chamber,
Sure.
meeting with them, figuring out where the need was. And at our grand opening here about a year ago, I told this story yesterday on an episode, but this lady came up to me just in tears, thankful for what we had given, and I didn't even know who she was or what organization it was. Which for me, as a business owner, it was fun to go. They get it, I didn't have to make that happen. They just know that's what we're about, and they made it happen. And there's just something to it, to where it builds a sense of pride to be a part of something that gives to the community and not just takes. And I think it's rare these days. You used to, I think that was a philosophy a lot of people followed, but the bigger it gets, a lot of times it gets lost along the way because different people get in there with different perspectives of what the business exists for. And for us, it's, we make the biggest impact with our own employees. We change their lives by giving them opportunities to come in. The second way is for our clients, because we get to build them their forever home, and see their
Sure.
dream come true. But that third part is just sowing into the other people that are in this community, that, we could take some of the success we've had and some of the mission focus that we have and pour into someone else's vision and dream for this community. And I think if you do that collectively, the community just gets
Right.
better. It's awesome. So I got a fun question for you.
Yes, sir.
If we were designing Lew Starling's Barndo, right?
Okay.
And you could just have a magic wand, what's one thing that you would have to have in yours? What would it be?
Big bathrooms. Big bathrooms. How about that?
That
Two little
works.
girls. Big bathrooms.
right.
How about that? Yeah.
Well, you'd have to put you a prep kitchen in there too, so
Exactly,
you
exactly,
just
yeah.
walk down, get a little sandwich, some banana pudding, whatever's out there,
Exactly.
But
Y'all do a great job. I'm very familiar with what you do, and you're to be commended for what you do.
I
And,
appreciate that.
Very, very do a good job, and you're to be commended. And I think we're all in the same boat together, and that is, it's not about. I go to all the competitors all the time, and I go in there and it says, if you have a complaint about this, call, email 1-2-3-4-5-6-7-8-9. And I've even gotten a couple of situations where I go to a local national chain, still go, will always go, and but I wrote the company and I said, you really got a problem here. I'm not going to not come, but you really have a problem. You don't open timely. Your managers are not nice. You're not this. Wrote a hand letter, mailed it, no response. That's not good. That's not good. And then I look at the roles, and they're not on the Chamber of Commerce. They don't have people and you can go in and say, hey, I want to have a kid's birthday here, or a kid's grandmother's thing. And we have so many events that come here that want to have events here. Can you do my wedding, my little event, my little whatever, for some reason? Sure. We want you to be able to call. But the main thing is, it's sort of like buying a car. A lot like buying a car, truthfully. Service after the sale. We're going to make a mistake. We're not going to send. There'll be a time that you call us, just like in your business. You'll get a house or something that is an error.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to fix it. Punch list.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that really gets on your nerve is I want to be sure that what I'm getting is when you pay that register, it's not over. So we have a lot of people that say, I want to come by and get this and send this to my friend or my relative. I didn't get a good meal. And we say, we had a bad day, but you'll get a good meal next time, and it'll be on us.
Yeah, the commitment to make it right is really all you can do. I tell everybody, we're building a home. That's a long process.
Yeah. 12
and
months, right? 12 months.
yeah, and we're using human beings to build it for other human beings. And I can guarantee you, we tell everybody there's an 80-20 philosophy. 20% of what's going on is going to feel wrong. And when you get one of those, stick that in you 20. Let us know. We're your teammate. We want to help you. But if it feels overwhelming and you come in and it can become very ugly very fast, where it's almost like they pit themselves against us. And I'm like, guys, we're in the same boat. I promise you, we don't want to run ashore. We want to get to the destination, offload everybody, and we have to sell on. And we have more things to do. We want you to be here, and like that goes into warranty. We give people a ridiculous extended warranty over what our competitors do, but it's because we want to stand by the product. Something's going to fail. Now, we have probably the majority have a smooth process, very little bumps in the roads, moving their home, very little issues. We don't know that, because the people that are bringing us the feedback is where our focus is all the time. And, starting out brand new, it was 50-50. And then we've slowly whittled it down to it's about a 90-10 split. And I tell my team all the time, don't be disheartened by the 10. Let the 10 enhance that 90, because the 90 is going so well, we don't hear as much from the 90. We're always going to hear from the 10. And those are the people we got to be paying attention to, because we want them to have the same experience, right? And some people have different expectations, and that might not align with us, and we might not change long term, but they are a customer, and we're going to have to treat them with the same care and respect that we would these other 90. And so you're just constantly living in that world of, balancing people taking it personal, because we have some people that are so bought into the company, man. Like, and clients sometimes think, well, if I send this feedback, they're not going to care, they're not going to hear, it's really not true. And I tell people all the time, the system that we use to monitor builds, when they engage in that system, it already got to me. I can see all of that. I can see every conversation. I can see everything. I can look at any job in any state, anywhere, and see everything. And all of that stuff comes up to me with the ability to step in sometimes as an owner, because sometimes it's a bigger issue than what maybe someone can solve, to be able to say, hey, let's just get it right. And we've done that time and time again, to where we tell people, like, hey, your experience may have had a bump in the road, but your final product won't. We'll always make it right. And I think that's just one thing you have to be about if you really want to, grow healthily, right? Like, you want to grow and have continued success, you got to get it right and be the best everywhere you're going. And sometimes that can slow you down, like there's a little secret sauce there that for the last 40 years, y'all are around 39 stores and, expanding, because you have to dial it in, because if somebody would have pulled the trigger already to where there was 10,000 Smithfields, chances are it would have happened so fast that there would have been something lost in the luster there.
You can't control it. You can't. We have people all the time that call one franchise, and we meet with them, and they're good people, and they have the money, but it's just not. It's not the commitment that would take. So we're very cautious in what we do. We want new partners. We want new folks, but you go to the Chick-fil-A model, how very selective they are in their process, and you never go to a Chick-fil-A with a bad meal ever,
right?
Ever, and they have very, very strict rules and very strict otherwise other restrictions. But just building the most stores is not the best way to do it. You got to have the best, and you got to grow one at a time, one store at a time, one customer at a time. We have people that's been here customers been here 20, 30 years, eat here every week. That's what it's about.
Well, let me ask you this, and I appreciate you taking some time to spend with us here.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I know I want to know this, and I know people watching this want to know this. What's Lew's go-to plate when he goes to Smithfield's?
I eat everything on the menu. I eat everything on the menu. Isn't that crazy? There's nothing I don't like. I eat everything on the menu. And this is crazy. I bring in guests all the time, and I get out of the car and I say, I'm going to have X. I'm going to have a hot dog. And I'm so happy we got the hot dogs back on the menu.
And the Brightleys.
Yeah, Oh yeah. And I come in here and I say, I'm gonna get a hot dog. And then the person in front of me gets a barbecue sandwich with it. And I said, I changed my mind. So I just changed my mind all the time, but I could eat it every minute of every day.
That's awesome.
But it's just it's something for everybody. If somebody says, well, I don't want fried food. Well, we got the other lean meats. You got the pork that we cook every day, all day. And I want to talk about that for just a minute. Every store, every day, all day, they put that meat in at night, and they're cooking it all night, and they're pulling it back there now. And it's ready for the day. So it's not like we're hauling stuff from store to store to store. Everything is made fresh in every store, every day. That's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the food trucks delivering the fresh foods here when you got here this morning, our partners over at U.S. Foods. And that means a lot. And it's a possibility. I'll get a complaint once in a while, and I get a complaint at 10 o'clock at night and say, I can't believe it. I went in your Smithfields, and you didn't have any barbecue left. And I say, I'm sorry. We make fresh every day, and we ran out, but we'll make it right tomorrow. We can get you some chicken or something today, but we ran out. We make fresh.
Yeah.
We don't run in and freeze it. It's against our policy. So I like it all. And there's something here for everybody, and something for every diet that is. My sister's on this diet this week, that week, whatever the week that is. But it's all good stuff because it's fresh, and it's kind of mixes with what we do here in North Carolina.
100%. Well, mine's always the same. I'm coming in and getting a barbecue sandwich snack pack with slaw, and I'm probably getting an extra sandwich to go with it I call that my roadie.
I understand.
And a bag full of Texas Pete. That's
I understand. Well, that's in Winston-Salem. We have to talk about our good friends over there. Been partners with us for years. They're the T.W. Gardner Company over in Winston-Salem, and they've been a staple here for years. And so we very much like our relationship with them.
Yeah.
And so we're
well, man, it's been so much fun getting to.
I appreciate you more
dive
than you
in.
know. Yes, sir. And we have an open door, and we're always here. Look forward to seeing you on the range, and we'll get back and do it again soon.
Sounds good, Lew. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, sir.